All right, exciting day. We got a new toy for the boat. So today's project, we are going to be using this SailForce motor kit to motorize our Harken 50 two-speed winch. So we just need to install it on the backside here. All we gotta do is drill an extra hole, add a few, O-rings and bits and bobs, which were all included in the kit. And we should be good to go. I got the one, like the premium option that has the screen and also the extra control panel, so I can control the winch from two places, because this winch we have here controls the jib sheets, the screecher sheets, the main sail sheets, the mast rotation, and probably most importantly the main sail halyard, which is 60 foot on a 2-to-1, so it takes a lot of winching to get that up. So I think we get a whole lot of value if I'm just motorizing this one winch. I looked at the kit from Harken and it was like $4,000, maybe $5,000, I don't know, to motorize this winch. And then I found this SailForce by eWincher, and it was, I think it was less than half the price for the same power motor. Like, I think it's 1250 watts, and somehow this motor just looks, it's so small and compact, which is really nice too. Then you have this control panel here that lets you set the limits to how powerful this could be, because a lot of times you might get someone who doesn't know what they're doing using this winch. And I have it all the time when someone is like trying to crank on their winch and it's got the sail batten around a lazy jack or something, and they just keep staring at the winch and not what they're doing. So it's like kind of have like a fuse in the system, and you can even program it to have different limits for different ropes. I don't know if that future will end up getting used, or we'll just have it set up to the max all the time, but it's good to have it as an option. And it's also great not to have just massive battery cables running, to the batteries over there. We can just tee off at this breaker box here. I think it just needs a 6 amp or 5 amp lines. So yeah, we've got some fuses here that'll work. I got some 6 amps. Oh, this can come off now. Better cover up these drains. Cover up the scuppers. Okay. So, man, look at that. We remove this central shaft. Okay, easy enough. And we gotta get a hammer and screwdriver to break out like a plastic. There's a plastic, infill thing. All right, so we got that thing out. Lip seal. So now I put in this little lip seal. All right, now I just align our template. It's even like transparent, so we can mark our center hole.
Feel it pretty close.
Yeah, that's a thick core. 4 layers of
yeah, you couldn't make it through.
Marine plywood.
Couldn't make it.
All right, so we got that coated with epoxy stuff. Next, it says put the shaft in your winch, and then put the little O-ring on there. Then you remove this guy, which was very difficult, but pliers were the trick. And then we put the replacement in this one. It's a little different shape. Got that in there. So I got all the screws on here tight. This guy still has his O-ring. Yes. So now that can go there. This goes there. That goes there. This goes here. So now our winch is set up. Only difference is the shaft comes out the bottom for the motor to engage. Just pop the winch back in here. And we can tighten up these bolts here. Put on the coupler. All right, one hiccup. The nuts are interfering with our adapter. I guess we should have got the thicker thicker adapter to make that work, but I think we can just recess the nuts a little bit. Got plenty of room to work with. All right, now our adapter plate fits now that I just recessed those nuts. So now we just gotta get these screws to mount the adapter plate. Kind of going blind here. It's like, oh, there, it's in. We're in. I hooked the wiring up. Oh, we got a light. 0 motor. So then apparently you just connect to the Wi-Fi network and enter a IP address to configure it. I wasn't expecting that, but it did work pretty smoothly and we were good to go. Now we got it all set up. Now let's try it out. There's a little safety button. It took me a little bit of frustration and cursing to get that figured out. So this is fast. Ooh, that's real fast. That's slow. And look, they're touch sensitive. You gotta go out and look at the winch though. Come on. Now marking the control panel. So I kind of mounted both of these up there. We got our battery and our motor. And actually, look, I thought it was going to take up the entire compartment, but we only lost a couple inches back there. And we've got our display mounted on there too. I just got a switch here, turn it on. There you go. And then both buttons. So to give my final thoughts, eWincher did provide the winch, and I've been using it now, sailing a whole bunch for about a little over a month, and it's just worked fantastic. It's also one of the faster electric winches I've used. It really gets the mainsail quick on the fast speed, and then the slow speed is very powerful. I do like having the screen, just kind of gives you a little extra data, you know, the loads and stuff you're putting on the winch. That was kind of handy. I'm really glad I got the remote control, the second controls, and I thought I was going to mount them over there, but I've actually found I just kind of leave them freestanding. I'm going to get a little box for this because I can walk out on the side and I can get a good view of the reefs and the front of the sail when I'm pulling the mainsail up. So I really like having both controls. That was a surprise. Didn't realize I needed that. Also, the load limits I have found pretty useful. I have a lower load limit for fast speed, so I can get that mainsail up or the jib pulled in really quick, and then I have a higher load limit on the slow speed, so I can kind of be more cautious as I pull it to that final tension. And I found that quite useful because sometimes they'll catch on a reef, or the sheet will catch around a hatch, and it will stop pulling before it breaks those things, which is really a good thing. I guess potential downsides, the viewing angle is not so good on the screen, so I should have probably mounted at a little bit of angle because it's kind of low. It is, and another thing I think is maybe there's more parts and pieces to potentially go wrong. I mean, maybe I haven't had it long enough to comment on the long-term reliability, but it's working pretty great so far. We did have an issue with the fast speed for a little bit, but the company's been good to work with. They're sorting it out for us. So overall, I'm super happy with it, and I don't think I would be able to do near as much, sailing with the mainsail without it. I can crank the thing up by hand. It takes about 10 minutes to get the mainsail up, and while I'm willing to do that maybe once, maybe twice, with like going up and down, changing reefs all the time, it's really nice. I'm able to sail a lot more with the electric winch. And one final note, eWincher just updated me on this feature where you can disable the safety button. Normally you have to press this button and then this to work it. But you go into the menus and you can disable that, so now we can just do it without pressing the button. I think that's really nice that they're not forcing these safety features on you. It's kind of annoying. I could see why some people might want to have that though, so you have the option with or without it. And then also you can triple click this, 1, 2, 3, and now it's at full capacity mode, and you can see our load limits are set to the max in case you just need to get something, quickly go to the full power of the winch. So that's also kind of cool. And you triple click it and it goes back. You can also do that with the second controls with triple clicking this. It just changes the color of this LED so you know.